It was, we couldn't get anything going early. We didn't have any emotion defensively. We were standing, and they're a really good shooting team, as we've said many times. We talked about it, and we were, giving them open shots. And we were lucky to hang in there a little bit. We made a little bit of a move to get back. But the second half started the same thing. We gave them a couple open shots, and they made them. The whole difference in the game is when Quincy gets physical and gets on the boards, it just makes a tremendous difference with our team. He just really got on the boards and got passed out for threes. Very unselfish. They found threes, and, we knocked them down. I thought Kadari came in for Joe and did a really good job, solid job of getting the ball to people. He didn't have big numbers, but I thought he did a good, solid job. Marek was tremendous. This is, easily one of the best games he's played here. He made the plays down the stretch. But it was really our defense. We got stops in the second half. This game was one of the better comebacks I've had here in a long time. To be that much down to a really good team, a good ball handling team. Our press, we turned them over. We sped them up a little bit and didn't get hurt when they did beat the press. And then when we got even, we just went back and played defense half court, and we got stops. We hadn't been able to get a stop the whole first half, and then we got a bunch of stops. And, that was just the difference. To hold them to 21 points in the second half is that's incredible. They're a really good offensive team. They won 6 out of 8 games, and it was a tremendous comeback. Robert made the key play, drawing that charge down there. That was a big play. And Marek got Buddy a couple looks at the three, and he knocked him down. And it was a great win. Really proud of this team. We were a long ways behind in this game. And they're a veteran team, and they've been playing really well. So this was a great win.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go to questions. The first is from Steven Shoemaker.
Coach, you were down by 14 at the half. What did you tell your guys in the locker room to get back into this game?
We had to get stops. We gave them 45 points or 46 points, so we had to play better defense. Offensively, we missed some layups. Quincy started out, missed 2 or 3 layups down there early. Durham really did a good job of blocking shots, changing shots down there. We didn't score enough, and we gave up too much. But we thought we could get back in if we could get some stops, and then we felt we had to press. And, we're not a great pressing team, but we made a couple steals, and we got them, we sped them up a little bit, and they got out of rhythm on offense. So all of that together, it was just a great comeback.
Next question is from Donna DeToda.
Yeah, Jim, I was going to ask you about the speeding them up on offense, because it did seem like they were really out of rhythm, shooting the three or shooting anything at all once you got the press on them and they tried to hurry a little bit. Was that more the effect than actually getting steals in the press, do you think?
Well, I think we played, for whatever reason, the press sped up our defense. Our defense was better. We moved better. We covered better. So I think the press got our defense going. And I thought they were doing the same things they did in the first half. We just covered them. We really did. We did a great job. I mean, a fantastic job. Notre Dame's a really good team. They had a hard schedule early. They not only won 6 out of 8, but they should have won the other one. They should have won 7 out of 8, really. They got a veteran team. They got a good team. They can really shoot the ball.
Our next question is from Mario Sacco.
Coach, I would ask you what you made Buddy for dinner last night, but I know it was probably Julie. 29 points, a career high. What was working for Buddy in all aspects?
Well, everybody has face guarded him, and it's really been hard for him to get shots. I mean, he's shooting 50% on open threes. The problem is we can't get him any open threes. In the second half, throwing it out of the rebound, we got him a 3 and 2 times, and then we got him one in the first half that way, and then we got him 2, and then Marek got him a handoff for a wide open 3. So it was guys getting him the ball when he's set. Everybody knows, you make more threes when you're spotting up, and he's probably a 50% three-point shooter from spot-ups, but he's not getting many of those. People are face guarding him. Even when they went zone, they face guarded Buddy, but that left it wide open, in the middle for the other guys. But again, if we can get him some open looks. I mean, we know he's a good shooter. When people have short memories, he led the ACC in three-point field goal percentage and three-point field goals made last year. He hasn't changed. If anything, I think he's a better shooter this year. But teams are just playing him really hard, which opens it up inside. That's why Marek can take that ball from 20 feet away, drive all the way to the basket, and either get fouled or make the basket, because we have Buddy on that ball side, and they're not coming off to help. So he's got 20 feet of space to work on there. But it was just a really good team win tonight, really good.
Next question from Stephen Bailey.
Hey, Jim, I wanted to ask how the NCAA tournament bubble picture factored into this. Like, is that something you talked about at halftime, or just kind of...
Stephen, you can stop right there. We never talk about it, ever. And we will never talk about it. You talk about it. We do not. We try to play the next game, and that's all we do.
Our next question is from Mike Waters.
Jim, you've talked about him before this season, but what Marek was able to do out there offensively, especially in the second half, how important was what he did today to getting your offense going?
Well, he's by far the most valuable player on our team, and it's not close, not even close. He's the only guy we have playing center. Everybody wants somebody else to play center, and we don't have anybody. We see that every day in practice. How you cannot watch practice and think somebody should play I never understood that. John Wooden couldn't do that. He's the best center we have, and we're trying to take advantage of him on offense. He does hurt the other teams. He helps our offense. One of the reasons we're the second best offensive team in the league is because of him. He opens things up. We give away a little bit at the other end, but when we battle, and when Quincy does what he did today, he didn't start out that way. He was 1 for 6. He was trying to score, and he wasn't rebounding. He wasn't playing defense. When he turned that around and started to rebound and play defense, we were a whole different team. He got the offensive rebound and threw it out to Buddy for the 3. He's the one that got it going with his rebounding. I mean, he got 14 rebounds. That's huge. 5 offensive rebounds, and we scored off those. But Marek really does a little bit of everything for us, and he's been tremendous all year. I can't say enough about him.
Our next question is from Danny Emmerman.
Hi, Jim. I just wanted to follow up on some of the earlier questions about the press. You said you're not a great pressing team.
Right.
I'm wondering, I guess, how often do you practice the press, and do you think, based on today, it might be something you turn to more going forward?
No, not really. We're not really that good at it. We get tired pressing a lot. We've got a lot of games coming up. We're going to be playing Monday, Saturday, Monday, probably Wednesday. So, we'll press a little bit. We practice it preseason a lot. We practice it a little bit during the season. Every week we practice it a little bit. It's not complicated. It's just a matter of, getting in the positions, and we did a good job, and they didn't attack it very well. We were fortunate, very fortunate with that.
Our next question is from John Johnson.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations. You guys closed the game on a 40-12 run, and you mentioned how good Notre Dame is. Can you put into context that stretch of play down there in the second half, and then for you watching it, being a part of it, what's going through your mind as it's happening?
I just can't believe we got the stops we got, that the press worked so well. I was hoping the press would work a little bit. It worked a lot better than that. It got our aggression going on defense. We were more aggressive defensively. We moved better. They weren't just missing shots. We weren't giving them shots. We were not giving them shots. We were just really doing a great job of not giving them shots. And that's hard to do against a team like Notre Dame. To put those numbers up against them, that's one of the biggest surprises of this or any year. I'm still shocked by what this team did today.
We have a couple more questions. The first is from Mark Frank.
Hey, Coach, you brought Robert and Kadari in at the same time. Can you talk about the impact both of them had, both from the energy level and just the impact both of them had on the game?
I just thought they were both good. I thought Robert was good and the ball moved better. Allen was trying to do too much on his own today, and it was everybody on the team was stopping, and he was dribbling around and trying to get a shot up. And I've tried to explain to him he can't do that. And he tried to go the length of the court again and charged. You know, he can't do that. Those are things he cannot do. And he hurts our movement, our ball movement. Robert helps our ball movement. He's a good shooter. He's a good rebounder. I think his practices have been really good. And I think he's earned some time. I think John Bowe's been better in practice. You know, obviously we need Marek in there a lot, but I thought John's been getting better in practice, and hopefully he can help us too. Joe's had really good practices. He just didn't have a great night tonight, but you know, he's been practicing really well. The plus and minuses don't mean that much to me, but Allen was minus 16. You know, I mean, that's a big number. That's a hard number to justify your playing.
And our final question is from Matthew Gutierrez.
Hey, Jim. Was wondering if you could add a little bit on John and what you've seen in practice from him. I know earlier in the year he wasn't, as physical.
Yeah, I mean,
as you might need for the ACC.
he moves well without the ball. He sets screens well. He's good getting to the corners in our defense, and yeah, he's been good. He's been good in practice. I'll close with one thing. You know, I have a talk radio show. I just talk about stuff. Nobody's ever listened to it. Now people in the media are taping it and play-by-play. This is a talk show. And what I said the other night about Duke, who we're going to play, had nothing to do with my friendship with Mike Krzyzewski, nothing to do with Jalen Johnson at all. I watched 2 games. I said 2 games. That was a mistake. A half of North Carolina State and the whole game against Wake. What I saw, and Seth Greenberg saw too, they played the best I've seen them play this year. Wake Forest just lost in overtime at Florida State. Duke had them down 30. NC State's a good team, I think. They just beat Pittsburgh. I think they're pretty good. They beat North Carolina. They crushed them in the second half without Jalen Johnson. This is no aspersion, casting aspersion on Jalen Johnson. I haven't even seen Jalen Johnson play this year, to be honest. He's a tremendous player, probably be a great pro. I just made the observation, my opinion, that I thought they played better without him in those 2 games. Jay Billis said that they're a better team without him, permanently. I didn't say that, and I didn't mean to say that. Just in those 2 games, game and a half, they were a better team than I've seen this year. Nothing against Jalen Johnson. Some people have said he shouldn't have left school. I didn't say that. Some people have said he's not thinking about his team. I didn't say that. I don't even know Jalen Johnson. I don't even haven't seen him that much. I don't even know how good he is. And Duke could be better if he was back. We'll not know that because he didn't come back. But I was not trying to downgrade Jalen Johnson in any way, shape, or form. And Jay Billis is flat wrong if he thinks I did that. I didn't. I made an honest evaluation. We're playing Duke Monday. This was Thursday. That I think Duke's playing the best that they've played. Period. That's all. I had a headline on Yahoo or someplace, Boeheim attacks Jalen Johnson. I never said one word about Jalen Johnson as a player or a person or his decision. I just said I thought Duke looked better. That's all. Maybe they're not better. I don't know. But I thought that. That was my opinion. That's it. Nothing else. I don't know the kid. He's probably a great kid. And stuff about his camp, kids can do whatever they want. If a kid decides not to play, I can't remember a kid on a team in the last 10 years that has stopped in the season. I'm sure there has maybe been. I can't remember that. But I don't care. If he wants to do that, that's fine. Players are going to be able to transfer anywhere they want to and play right away. I'm all for that. I supported that. I think it'll have problems, but I support it. Players are going to get their NIL rights. I supported that. I think it'll cause problems, but that's okay. I'm still supporting that. And I support Jalen Johnson with whatever he decides to do. I just said Duke looked better to me. That's it. Nothing against any player. And I may be wrong. Maybe they'll play terrible now. I don't know. But they were good in those 2 games. End of story. And if you have to use my talk show to get stuff to write, you ought to be in another profession.